Hi, I'm Clarissa, and I'm here to talk about my first real estate deal. See, I always believed that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that's what I did about 5, 6 years ago. Um, I grew up in Edmonton, and I'm familiar with the streets, the areas of Edmonton, so I decided my first property was going to be in the city where I'm most familiar with, where I know the economics, where I can see it, and where I grew up in. So my first property was in Edmonton. I had to actually, I didn't have the capital for the deal. I had to go pitch to investors, and what's my biggest investor but my father and my family members. And I had to go ahead and pitch deals to him every single night. And we would go through properties, and I would spend hours beforehand preparing and then do comparables for each property to see how much square feet are you paying. So we want to maximize value. We're taking a look at location, square footage, potential, zoning, and the amenities nearby, and I'd do a whole analysis and evaluation for hours before I would do that 1 hour pitch to my investors. And it was hard because, I've been just known in the family as taking care of the portfolio, never as acquiring anything, and never doing the full process. So it was my first time, but I guess it was hard at first to convince people to, instead of putting me on the managing side, that I'm going to put on a new hat as an acquisition side. And it was like an educational property. I had to sell myself, essentially, because even though he's your father, even though he's the family member, you essentially need to sell your competence. And that's what I did. So the first property, I dragged my investors there. And I showed them, look, this is a fantastic property. It's situated between two universities, a NAIT and a Grant MacEwan. It's going to be in the future location of a future SkyTrain, as well. It's located 1 block away from the second busiest mall in Edmonton and one of the best hospitals in the whole of Alberta. So you're getting a lot of amenities. It's a really good location. The square footage of the piece of land was 10,000 square feet. It has great infill, rezoning, and development possibilities with such a large parcel of land, corner lot. And it was $270,000. It was just a little bit distressed. There are a little bit of problems with this distressed property, but as I was saying, you're getting such great value out of it, from the location, from the size of the parcel, that I'm like, this is a fantastic deal. So once the investors saw the potential of that piece of land, then I started building operations for it, which was that we wanted to maximize this piece of property since this is my first property. So to maximize it, we started with a market that was very easy to rent out. It was the student housing market. And we started renting out the whole entire first floor to a bunch of students that are from Vancouver. And those students rented a whole upstairs for $2,000. That covered basically our mortgage. It covered all the operating expenses and everything. And then at the basement, we actually made into about 7 or 8 rooms in the basement, and we also rented it to students, to working class people, for maybe about $450 on average per room. So adding all that up, it was about 4,000 or 5,000 plus, accounting for vacancies around gross every month, and then maybe about 1,500 for the operations of it, minus the mortgages and everything. So it was a really great property, and we cash flowed it like crazy. And from that property, I was able to convince my investor and my families to expand to multiple other properties. And right now, real estate is what I realized is the vehicle that's helping me get my financial freedom. It's what I love about real estate is that unlike stocks where you're doing day trading, where the market is changing every day, real estate is slow. Like real estate, you can see once you're in the market, you can see those market indicators and the performance indicators. That market is not doing well, so you can take a quick exit. And also, there's a lot more control in real estate. You can control the whole operations of it. You can control when to buy, when to sell, and on top of that, you can actually maximize a property if you through operations and great operations to get the most amount of cash flow from it. So that's what I love it. I love real estate, and I invest in it myself. And I think that to new investors and to other people, I just really encourage them to take that first step, like me. Even though it seems like jumping off the deep end, to just take that step and towards getting your financial freedom.